In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products in terms of the video?
Firstly, we took an in-depth look at the background genre, which is dubstep. We identified the codes and conventions of these genres such as hip-hop, rock and dubstep to give us the understanding of the ideology behind a music video. We firstly looked at 50 Cent, Plan B, Eminem, Skrillex and Nero. Having researched these videos, I discovered that hip-hop as a genre follows a narrative where everything is balanced and settled, but something arises and disrupts this equilibrium. Finally, reaching the end climax of the music video, a resolution is made and the equilibrium is restored. We use various special effects to develop forms and conventions of real media products. We had many ideas of different effects to use in the video, but all were not successful. We decided to go away from the use of special effects and moved on to look at other media products, such as Nero. We found that their video has no narrative, with a constant flow and with high energy, which we replicated in our music video.
Yeah, when we use Final Cut Pro X to compile our video, we use various effects and colour coatings to ensure the clips all merge together. We used a 3-second rule for each of our cuts to keep the video fast-paced, to meet the conventions of our genre. And we analysed different album covers for our dubstep and hip-hop tracks, as well as conducting a questionnaire with questions asking what the audience would like to see and what appeals to them. We began to this is before, and then we began to put our album cover together. Using Adobe Photoshop, we used do all the colour scheme, which we tried to make it stand out and really appeal to our audience. We used white and yellow, and because they're very vibrant colours, which reflects the noise levels, bass and liveliness of dubstep music. The audience also stated that they only like to see album cover, like a band on their album cover members if they've developed and well known. So we used an image which can be easily recognised, so it sort of moves away from the brand stereotype. Understanding we're not a band, we create a silhouette image of us facing the other way to the camera, with the sun in the background. Our background cover image follows a similar image of the sun going down with a barcode, and then the name of the song to meet the conventions.
Having looked at the conventions of real album covers, we included a title, the name of the band, an image, track listing, barcode and notice of copyright material. We also included a consistent content sticker, which is often used on singles and albums if they contain explicit material. We also featured a track on the album on the front of the album cover. This is often done when an album includes a well-known single. As we are producing a music video for one track in this album, we thought it would be appropriate to feature this title on the cover.
Prior to producing a music advert, we researched current advertisements found in the magazine, or even posters advertising at gigs or events. Once we researched the advertisement posters and we studied these magazine advertisements, we had recognised the forms, codes and conventions to produce our own. We then used the same program we used to produce our album cover. We used Adobe Photoshop to create our digipack and our print advert. We used our main star in our video and the mask we used in our video, and we combined them together to give a sort of scary effect. The reasons for using the mask in our video was to hide our identity, to make us more mysterious. Also, in other dubstep video, masks have been used to differentiate from genres. Our print advert consists of the band name in large font in the upper central region of the portrait canvas, which we created using public tools. Below the band name is a subheading called Sunlight. The magazine advert also has an image on the new album cover, which we produced earlier, and we captioned it "Out Now," promoting the product and alerting the public if they weren't already aware that the album is available for purchase. It also alerts them that they can purchase it with a caption. They can also be alerted by iTunes, because we put a caption at the bottom, which you would see on other print adverts. This promotes the album as well as iTunes.
Throughout the research and planning stage of this project, there was comprehensive use of new media. In terms of gathering ideas, we looked at a number of music videos online, websites such as YouTube, Dailymotion, Vivo, Virgin and MTV for influences. Carrying out analysis on these music videos, as well as analysing music videos, we had to evaluate album covers, artwork, and advertisements of an artist or music event in a magazine, as we also needed to produce an album cover as well as a magazine advert. Also, the evaluations of advertisements of an artist.
In addition to this, we were required to conduct audience research in terms of selecting the most appropriate target audience, which we tried to achieve to succeed to a level of approval for our music video. We created a questionnaire using Microsoft Word and handed them out throughout the school and recorded their results. Having collected the results of these questionnaires, we decided on the characters, location, props, and a narrative to go with our music video. The target audience of the project is dubstep, and it has been increasing. We chose this because it's been increasingly popular amongst the youths and the young adults in the generation we live in, and our music video will aim to target both of these audiences. The unification of these two genres has been produced and performed before on a few occasions and went well. We believed it could be successful and something a wide range of people can relate to and listen to in our music.
The locations were chosen based on the narrative, and the characters were based on Gramsci's theory of hegemony and the uses and gratification theory, which helps us unsettle the different types of personality, social classes and clothing styles for the main character in our music video. We use different types of software to produce our research, to present it in a variety of ways. Upon planning the music video itself, we produce a storyboard which includes the narrative as well as what the music video will consist of. The storyboard consisted of 35 shots with a still image which was hand drawn and coloured, as well as the shot number and a thumbnail image of the shot. The description included the length of the shot, the type of shot and the location. We then produced a plan of when to do our shooting, having held a meeting with the group members and actors discussing when everyone is available for filming and the locations of each shot we're going to use.
How successful is a combination of your music video, digipack and print advert?
Our pre-production started as we brainstormed ideas as a group about firstly which music track we will be using. We created a storyboard on paper which included all the shots, types of shots, the length and a freeze frame image. The storyboard was 3 sides of A4 paper, and once completed and coloured in, we were in a good position to begin filming. Using Microsoft Word, we create a schedule of when all the group members and actors are free, when we can proceed with shooting. In addition to this, we used Google to search different locations which we could shoot in our video. We also regularly checked the weather as we really wanted a sunny day to do our daytime shots.
Once all the research, planning and production was completed, we proceeded with filming. Filming took place over 2 weeks, so we had enough time to get our material and raw footage to work with to proceed with our editing. We started using Sony Vegas for all our editing and it wasn't a success. This is because it could not support our HD footage. So we decided to use Final Cut Pro. Previous media products, as well as experiment with our private time, as a group, we become more aware of how to use it. A friend of ours uses Final Cut Pro regularly, so he advised us on how to use some of the features on Final Cut that we had no idea how to use. For the production of the album cover and magazine advertisements, I use Adobe Photoshop, and having used this before plenty of times in the past in other school projects, I had no problem producing them. We'd done them pretty quick, which allowed us more time to continue with making our video. Once all the research, planning and production was completed, we proceeded with our filming.
What feedback did you receive from your audience?
Our first audience feedback we received was from a professional music video editor, Jake Wynn. This was after filming and a half-edited video, so he has a rough idea of how a music video would turn out and the purpose behind the video. In particular, we found that his feedback was important to our video due to keeping the video up-tempo due to the pace of our song and our chosen genre. We received positive feedback from those we had shown the video to. Many of them really enjoyed and were impressed by the use of masks in our video. I believe this turned out to be a success as it proved to be very effective.
They said it was edited well and our choice of no narrative was very interesting. Another added that the fast-paced editing went really well with the tempo of the music. Many people said they enjoyed the party side of the music video, as a young audience like ourselves can relate to the integration of something like this in a music video, which really develops the conventions of our video. After producing the music video, we put it onto YouTube to receive feedback. We then sent in the video link to Modestep fans on Twitter, and their feedback was also positive. Friends on Twitter also enjoyed the video in particular, and the use of flashing lights to create a party scene.
How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages?
In our media product, we use different types of new media technologies in the constructions and research, planning and evaluation stages. For planning, as a group, we have tried out and tested a range of different movie editing software. These tests were to find out what they have to offer and their capabilities. We use Final Cut Pro on a Mac, Vegas Pro on a PC, and we also use Adobe Premiere Elements. We came to the decision that we chose to use Final Cut Pro as this seemed to be the most modern type of software and was easiest to use, as one of our group members had used it previously. We came to the decision that we wanted to shoot our footage in high definition, which we have tried out and tested on the camera given to us. The footage runs perfectly watching it back, and compared to the footage shot in SD format, which is a low quality, it makes a big difference as it gives a much clearer image with more powerful colours, which is what we wanted. Due to shooting in HD, this has restricted us to using Adobe Premiere Elements, as it is on the school network and is not compatible with our camera. This is also another reason for using Final Cut Pro. We then tested Sony Vegas, which is a program on a separate laptop, so there are fewer restrictions. We found the software easy to use and were very happy with the amount of different effects and editing tools which were available and could be inserted with hardly much effort.
But we have decided not to use this program due to the reasons of converting the edited files to DVD. This may be due to the software being too advanced for us, as we were unable to render the footage to the right format, which made our test footage corrupt and unwatchable. We then went on to test our footage on a chosen program called Final Cut Pro. This software was also used on a separate laptop, a MacBook. This means we no longer had to worry about our footage will not work, be slow or inefficient due to the school network. This has also allowed us to keep our work backed up in 2 locations, being stored on the MacBook itself and an external hard drive. Testing Final Cut Pro has been very easy, as like most Apple products, they are very advanced, but they still make the products very user-friendly. The software has many effects and features similar to the Vegas Pro, but a simple reason for using this software over all 3 is that it handles and plays back our footage how we want. The software has many effects and features similar to the Vegas Pro, but a simple reason for using this software over all 3 is that it handles and plays back our footage for how we want. There are simple steps to how to put the edited footage on a disc, as we found out when we tested it. Other uses of media technologies were Photoshop, the font, Sony Handycam and YouTube. These came in handy when we created our digipack, and YouTube was very useful when receiving our feedback, as it's easy for people to access our music video.
During our construction changes, we used Canon HD cameras, which gave a better quality image. Depending on the shots we planned, we used different equipment. For example, using a tripod helped us shoot the steady frames that we needed, in contrast with experimenting with handheld shots. For the actual video construction, we used an Apple Mac and the editing software called Final Cut Pro X. The software allowed us to edit the music as well as the footage and the lighting. We had to cut the music from 5 minutes to 3 minutes 20 seconds using a razor blade tool on the plate, or using the Apple keyboard B for blade, A for arrow. Same goes for cutting the footage. Furthermore, we use straight cuts and cross dissolve to show passing time, and we use stop motion for blur and jump cuts to show our character's identity. We also use Nikon Bridge and DSLR digital cameras to capture some images needed for the bass drop section of our video. Changing the lighting and the filter colour was important to our music video, as we wanted to give it a darker edge, which is often seen in dubstep music videos. Using Colour Corrector Freeway built in the Final Cut Pro, we were able to edit the shades of black to slightly blue, giving our video a darker effect, meeting the codes and conventions of a dubstep music video.